Good evening, everyone. I'm Aaron Dickens. Some community members in Spearfish are raising questions about equity, an equity training event for teachers. It's an organization called Make Space, which is hosting a training exercise for educators to help them be better versed on social issues. Our Austin Goss takes a look at the event.
A Spearfish organization wants to help educators become more anti-bias, anti-racist, and more LGBTQ inclusive. But that event, scheduled for over the summer, has raised the eyebrows of some in the state.
I don't think this is the kind of group that the majority of parents in our district want to have training our teachers that have custody and control of our kids all day, every day. You know, certainly Make Space, like any group, has a First Amendment right to organize and speak out and say whatever they think, and so do the rest of us to push back, frankly.
The event is being put on by Make Space, a Spearfish-based organization that originated as a bicycle co-op and now advertises itself as promoting arts, cycling, and equity. Make Space declined several requests for an interview and declined to comment on this story. In part, the event says that it offers continuing education units to participants, which the State Department of Education would have to sign off on. In a statement, Secretary of Education Tiffany Sanderson says in part that a training like this would not be eligible for CEUs due to an executive order signed earlier this month by Governor Kristi Noem.
The sense of the legislature and the sense of the governor has been pretty clear in the last session, and I commend the governor for some of the leadership positions she's taken in the education arena to push back on this. So I think that our position's been made clear.
Some argue that legislation passed and executive orders signed by the governor have created confusion for educators about what is considered okay and what is not, a point of concern that opponents raised about pieces of education legislation during the 2022 session.
There's this fear and mistrust that generates this bill. And what's really, it just makes me sad that this fear and mistrust, they're South Dakotans.
In Fort Pierre, I'm Austin Goss.